My son chose the papers over his mother. I've been asked what I said to my son that night, whether I screamed, whether I hit him. The truth? I barely said a word, and somehow, that's the reason he still can't look me in the eye. My name is Robert Callahan. I'm 64. I've been married to Diane for 34 years, and I thought I knew exactly what kind of family I'd built. Until I came home 3 weeks ago. I had returned early from a business trip to Phoenix. I didn't call Diane. I wanted to surprise her. But when I turned onto Birchwood Lane, I saw a truck in my driveway. Roland Whitfield's truck. My son's father-in-law. The man I'd never trusted. I walked inside and heard laughter coming from the kitchen. Then I saw my wife. Diane was on the floor of the den, blood on her chin, her blouse soaked with sweat, one hand pressed against her chest. I called 911 immediately, but while my wife struggled to breathe, I could still hear laughter from the kitchen. My son Marcus, Roland, Carla, laughing 11 feet away. The paramedics arrived, and within minutes they told me Diane's blood pressure was dangerously high and her heart was in distress. I held her hand as they carried her out. Then I walked into the kitchen. 3 people were sitting at my table, eating my food, drinking my sweet tea. I looked at Roland. "Get out of my house." He tried to talk. I raised one finger. "I'm not talking to you yet." They left. Then it was just me and Marcus. I sat across from my son. Talk. All of it. And that's when I learned the truth. Roland and Carla hadn't come to visit. They had planned the entire thing. They knew I would be in Phoenix. They had brought legal documents designed to transfer control of a property I'd owned for 20 years. Property I'd always planned to leave to Marcus, and Marcus was helping them. But Diane had discovered what they were doing. She confronted them. Roland argued with her. She told Marcus her chest was tight, and my son did nothing. He let his mother walk into the next room alone. A woman with a heart condition she'd had for 8 years. I looked at him and said quietly, "You're not the man your mother and I raised." That night I didn't scream. I didn't threaten him. I simply started making phone calls. I removed Marcus from my credit card, canceled the monthly money I'd been sending him, removed him from my insurance, started the process of removing my name from his lease. Then I called every business contact who had trusted Marcus because of my name. I told them one thing: my name is no longer behind him. By morning, the safety net I'd spent 31 years building around my son was gone. Marcus came to the house. His key didn't work. His cards were declined. His phone couldn't reach me. He called through our neighbor. His voice was different now, broken. "Dad, how long is this going to last?" I told him. "Until you become the kind of man who doesn't need me to answer that question." Then I hung up. Diane was lying in our bedroom, alive, recovering. She looked at me and asked, "Is it done?" I took her hand. "It's handled." Some people will say I was too hard on my son. Maybe. But that day, I learned something painful. Sometimes the last act of love a parent can give a child is to stop protecting him from the consequences of his own choices. Diane survived. She's healing. And Marcus? Now he has to decide what kind of man he's going to become.